remarkable piece of news in Israel last week that Israel signed a deal with Germany to sell the Arrow 3 aero defense shield, which can protect from nuclear. The largest sale of export of defense mechanisms ever in the history of Israel for $3.5 billion. Now think about that. 75 years ago, Germany murdered 6 million Jews, men, women, and children. And 75 years after the miraculous creation of the state of Israel, following the worst tragedy to ever befall the Jewish people, Israel is now sending Arrow 3 to defend and protect the lives of Germans. There is no other nation like the Jewish people, who are renowned for their compassion, their love, and their mercy. This week's Torah portion talks about two nations that are not qualified to join the Jewish people. They are not eligible for conversion, and that is Ammon and Moab. Why are they disqualified? It says the Torah, because when you left Egypt and you were wandering through the desert, they did not come out to greet you with bread and water. They showed no kindness, no hospitality, no generosity, no compassion, no mercy for a refugee nation. And therefore, since the Jewish people are a nation of merciful and compassionate people, we cannot accept them into the Jewish people. And the question is, the Jewish people were in the desert and they were being fed by the manna from heaven and the water from the rock through a miraculous means from God. And therefore they had plenty of food, the manna from heaven, and plenty of water from the rock. Why did they need the bread and the water from the Ammonites and the Moabites? And the Talmud answers, that's exactly the point. If this is the consequence of not offering water and bread when it's not needed, how much more so when someone actually needs the bread and the water? And the lesson is that when we offer kindness to someone, there is two dimensions. There's the obvious, that we're fulfilling a need, something that this person is lacking, we are providing for them. But what the Talmud is trying to say is that beyond, or even before you actually give them what they're lacking, you're showing them compassion and concern. And just by showing someone that you care about them, that you're offering them something, even if it turns out they don't need it, you've already done an act of kindness, because every human being needs that feeling of connection, of love, of care from his fellow or her fellow man. Indeed, when often people say to you, can I give you a hand with this? Or can I offer you a ride? And you say, no, thank you, it's okay, I got it, I have this, I have that. You always walk away feeling good. Because even though you didn't need what they offered you, just to know someone's thinking about you, someone's thoughtful, someone's caring, boosts your feelings and nurtures your neshama, your soul, your heart, and your mind. There's a story about a forensic detective in California, and he would investigate criminal and homicides and suicides. And one time, someone jumped from the Golden Gate Bridge, and he was faced with the grim task of going to this person's home and investigating just to see what was the cause. And when he came into the apartment of this person who committed suicide, there was a letter waiting on the table, a suicide note. And he opened the suicide note, and the person said, I'm depressed, I'm alone in this world, no one cares about me, I have no friends, I have no family, and therefore I don't want to go on living. And he said, therefore I'm going to walk to the Golden Gate Bridge and jump and end my life. However, he said, if one person along the way stops to greet me, to smile at me, to acknowledge me, I'm going to turn back and go home again. In life, we never know who needs something. And we don't even know who needs a smile, who needs a word of encouragement. And therefore, offer it to everyone. And it turns out, even if that person doesn't need it, they don't need the bread and the water which nurtures their body or the ones that nurture their souls. You've done a mitzvah because you showed them that you care. And that's the most important gift you can give any person. Have a wonderful day.